Oh, did you hear? Did you hear? Xbox is leaving the console market. What are you talking about? Didn't you see? They're having an official Xbox podcast. That's bad news. Everyone's saying that they're gonna leave the console market. Why don't we wait and see what they actually say? Yeah, that makes sense. Here's the Xbox podcast. I want to do a quick review of it. I'm going to be watching it at 2.6 speed so that it goes a little bit quicker. There's one thing that I really dislike is when reviews or overviews or whatever of announcements and stuff are like 2, 3, 4 times longer than the actual announcement. So speed up the length of it, get through it, pause it at times, talk about a couple things, and then boom.
So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other consoles, just 4 games, not a change to our kind of fundamental exclusive strategy. It is
just 4 games. They're not taking every game.
So these 4 titles, what are they? Can you say?
I'm not going to name those games. The teams that are building those games have announced plans that are not too far away. As we know, game teams put a lot of energy into their announcements.
Oh no, they're not going to name the games. We're not going to know what they are until the individual teams say what they're going to do so they can do a big flashy announcement.
And with the partners, so I don't want to take anything away from those teams. So I won't be talking about the titles specifically, but I think when they come out, they are not Starfield or Indiana Jones.
Well, what was the
So not Starfield or Indiana Jones. Halo, or people on Halo Infinite.
More players, that our games are having as much success as possible. And I do have a fundamental belief that over the next 5 or 10 years, exclusive games that are exclusive to one piece of
a console company that wants you to play games. It's crazy. What are they talking about? You're supposed to just buy their console. You're not supposed to. Oh wait, you mean we're just supposed to be worried about actually playing games? What a novel thought.
We look at games that are over a year old, so they've been on Xbox and PC for a while. A couple of the games are community-driven games, new games that kind of first iterations of a franchise that have reached their full potential, let's say on Xbox and PC, with always growth. Franchises that we obviously want to continue to invest in. Part of having the ability to continue to invest is that the businesses behind those franchises continue. I think it's important these service-based games that have communities behind them.
It kind of sounds like there's some games that they thought would do better. So I'm wondering if like Sea of Thieves could be one of them because they're community-driven. An MMO would seem to fit pretty well on that, especially if with the Activision Blizzard deal. If they plan on bringing WoW to consoles, what a surprise that would be. Like, wow.
They can have confidence that they're going to exist in the future. So 2 of them, kind of community-driven games that will end up on other platforms and give us the ability to continue to invest in them. We think that's great for the business and great for the communities, more players to play with. And so 2 of the other games are smaller games that were never really meant to be built as kind of platform exclusives and all the fanfare that goes around that, but games that our teams really want to go build, that we love supporting creative endeavors across our studios.
Small games.
And as we realize their full potential on Xbox and PC, there is an interesting story for us of introducing Xbox franchises to players on other platforms to get them more interested in Xbox. We think there's a good brand value for Xbox there. So 4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some signal that.
Oh wait, put our games on other platforms so that people get interested in Xbox games? Wow, that's just a crazy business tactic, don't you think?
First, that all our games will be on the Xbox platform. Second, all our games will go into Game Pass on day 1. And third, we know that Game Pass will only be available on Xbox. So there's sort of starting points for us.
So Game Pass will only be available on Xbox is kind of surprising to me. I think that they would really like to get it on the Switch and the PlayStation, but I'm guessing they just don't really feel like that's any form of realistic at the moment.
To me, the 2 key things are cross-play and cross-save. Those things allow us to deliver on the promise of Xbox, which is play with your friends where they are, play on.
Cross-play and cross-save are great in my opinion because whatever you were playing it on, you can switch to a different console or to your computer, or even some of them even allow different console, like brand consoles. Like if you had an Xbox One downstairs and you have an Xbox Series S or X upstairs, you can easily switch between those. But kind of cool. I'm really a big fan of that because then you don't have to worry about starting over again if you get another version of it. Microsoft, they're giving you Xbox and PC copies when you buy it digitally. So even though it's digital only, at least there's something.
So I'm excited to announce, with the coming together that we have Activision Blizzard games, that Activision Blizzard games are coming to Game Pass, starting with Diablo 4 on March 28th, which I'm super, super excited to share today. And it's all part of our commitment to make.
First game we get to see from the Activision Blizzard merge is another game added to Game Pass, and more of those will come as time goes. I really hope they're not going to trickle it out like Nintendo does with their eShop offerings. Sorry, it's not the eShop anymore. Whatever they call it now. Or is it the eShop? I think it is the eShop. Whatever they do, Nintendo still needs to get their act together. Dreamcast had better online.
If we don't get to growing as an industry, the industry will struggle. And today there's really two choices on how do you grow the industry. Do you say I have a fixed number of players, the players that we have today, and do I find new ways to monetize those players to get more money from the players that I have? Or do you think about how do I expand the business I have by finding new players and adding those to the base of players that already play? Our focus on Xbox for the last decade has really been on that latter point of how do we make sure Xbox is growing for our players, growing for our creators, so those people are finding success on our platform, which will grow the Xbox business and put Xbox in a position to be very strong for years and decades to come.
And we've got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware. We're going to share this holiday, and we're also invested in the next generation roadmap. And we're really focused on.
So some sort of hardware revision this holiday. So if you're looking for a Series X, hopefully you'll be able to find one easier. But hopefully they don't drop the disk drive.
And when we're talking about hardware too, there's these other considerations that are really important to our community, probably to each one of ourselves as well. When you talk about libraries, I want to dig in on that a little bit more. As we talk about cloud and the wider entertainment industry, there's conversations about streaming. How is that impacting how I own my content that I've invested in? So what can we say about our stance around game preservation?
Yeah, one of the highlights for me of being in this position was getting to stand on stage when we announced Back Combat coming to Xbox One. It was fantastic. People were reading the teleprompter before I could read it, and just feeling the energy in the auditorium as we were saying that online. One of the cues I think us as being part of Microsoft take is looking at Windows and how Windows over decades has maintained software compatibility with things that are built on it. Like I can still go back and play some of the games that I love playing on Windows from decades ago, and it will still run. We try to bring that same view to consoles. It's harder in console because the line between what the hardware is and what the game is in consoles is traditionally it's tighter, which makes compatibility. You end up doing these generational compatibilities that we built. But I would say compatibility, the ability to not only play the games, but my saves are still there with our cloud save systems to try to keep the services up as long as we can so that people can play is a tenet of what we are as Xbox. It's our foundation. And when we look at future hardware generations and what we're going to support, making sure that we respect, which is already respect, the investments that people have made in Xbox going forward is fundamental. And the fact that you get entitlements when you buy a game from us on both Windows and Xbox also means you have the ability to play that game across a multitude of devices, which I think furthers the compatibility of the games that you own.
Can we go back to
So it might have been a little jab at Sony with the recent loss of Discovery content and kind of with Crunchyroll and Funimation. Because Funimation going to Crunchyroll, they're not bringing over your digital copies of shows that you own. It kind of stinks. Actually, it doesn't kind of stink. It really stinks. I think it's garbage. But Xbox definitely has been keeping backwards compatibility going with console. Hoping that there'll be some more updates with Activision Blizzard games. Bigger back catalog of games that will receive backwards compatibility now that they have those licenses.
what Xbox stands for today? I think we've pretty much covered all the elements, but if you could break it down for me.
You know, when you play on Xbox, what we're saying is you're playing on a platform where you know the biggest games in the world are always going to be. You're playing on a platform where you get access to Game Pass, and all of the games from our incredible range of studios will always launch in Game Pass day one. And you're playing on a platform that's dedicated to you, like player-first features, cross-play, cross-save, cross-progression, backward compatibility, being able to play your games in your library anywhere you want because of the investments that we make in cloud gaming. And so you're playing somewhere where you're investing, and you know you get to take the games forward with you and across all of the screens where you are. And I think most importantly, Xbox is a place where you know when you're investing in Xbox, you're investing somewhere that is dedicated to making games more successful and creators more successful, so that they can invest more to bring even better experiences to you all the time.
Yeah, just that investment in the studios is and we feel that as part of first party with the platform proximity. You know, it's kind of amazing now to look out across all the studios we've got and just be reminded that we're now one of the biggest development organizations in the industry. What does that mean for players? It means that the biggest games are going to continue to come to Xbox. And this 2024, the year coming up, we've got more than 10 major releases coming up. Great stuff. Hellblade 2, we've got Diablo expansion, we've got Avowed, Ara, the Indiana Jones game, and there's more in development, which I think we're going to be able to share more about at our June showcase coming up pretty soon.
Well, I guess I should get ready to work on that show. Well, thank you all for showing up on the podcast today, and we'll see the rest of you this June.
Thank you.
Not all doom and gloom. There's some good stuff coming. I was kind of excited to hear about Diablo 4. I'll be more excited to hear about other games, particularly WoW. How that's going to come into play, or first party title now on PC. Is it going to be included on Ultimate Game Pass? Maybe, maybe not.
See, you had nothing to worry about. It's gonna be okay. The sky's not falling. Xbox isn't going poof. They're not gonna go the way of Sega. Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe next time I can wait, be patient, and wait and see the facts. Yeah. Bye. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Yeah. Ah! Did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? The sky's falling. The sky's falling. Xbox is gonna go out of the hardware market. No. Maybe we should wait until we're on the screen. Didn't you see? They're gonna have a. Didn't you see? They're having